I'm well. Independence Day has always been my favorite day of the year, and this Independence Day is my favorite Independence Day of my life because I get to stand here in the shadow of Independence Hall and talk to you today. I'm very thrilled. I'm going to keep my comments brief. I only have two ideas or concepts that I want to convey to you. Most of our political problems stem from the fact that most Americans do not know the difference between rights and privileges. The Black's Law Dictionary definition of a right is defined as a power, privilege, faculty, or demand inherent in one person and incident upon another. Inherent means a defining characteristic. Heavy is a defining characteristic of lead. You cannot take lead and remove the heavy. Your individual rights are inherent in you. Nobody can take them away from you, and you can't give them away.
Woo! That's right.
A privilege, on the other hand, is defined as a particular and peculiar benefit or advantage enjoyed by a person, company, or class beyond the common advantages of other citizens. In other words, a privilege is something that someone gives you, and they can take it away. Quick example, if I walk out of the back door of my house onto my land, I can walk back and forth on my land anytime I want. Walking on my land is a right. If I want to cross my neighbor's land, I have to get permission. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, my neighbor can say, sure, not a problem. And on Thursday, they can take that privilege away from me. Walking on my neighbor's land is a privilege, and my neighbor can revoke that privilege. Rights and privileges are opposites, like black and white, true and false. Rights and privileges are opposites. Now, Article 1, Section 1, Clause 1 of the Constitution says, all legislative powers herein granted, which means that all legislative powers are privileges that we, the people who have rights, grant to the government. We, the people, can take those privileges away from the government anytime we have the reason, the wisdom, and the courage to do so.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, earlier this morning, I discovered that this concrete area is defined as a free speech zone. I want to tell you and anybody who happens to be listening from the government that anywhere I happen to be standing is a free speech zone.
All right.
And we can prove that right here, right now. You are not on the concrete. Why don't you let me hear you say, liberty?
Liberty.
Excellent, excellent. I'm going to do this one more time on the count of three. I want them to hear it in Harrisburg. 1, 2, 3.
Liberty.
Oh, I love you. You guys are great. Second concept. Second concept is extremism. Thomas Jefferson said, extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice, and moderation in pursuit of justice is no virtue. I don't know how about you, but I would be outraged if my government announced that all men are potential rapists. I would be outraged by that statement, the same way that I would be outraged if the government made an announcement that all women were potential prostitutes. That is an outrage. However, in Missouri, the state police have issued a report that said anybody that has a Libertarian Party bumper sticker, a Constitution Party bumper sticker, or possibly a Ron Paul Party, Ron Paul for President bumper sticker, was a potential terrorist and an extremist. I am outraged by that. Absolutely outraged. Now, let's talk a little bit about extremism. These are hypothetical questions. I wanted to see a show of hands. How many mothers out there would be willing to sell one of your children? Anybody? Any mothers out there have your children for sale? Do you want to keep them all? I don't see any hands up, so I think that most of your mothers are extremists. You're not willing to negotiate on the sale of any of your children. Okay, and guys, be careful with this question. How many of you guys out there would be willing to let your wife or girlfriend walk the streets as a prostitute? Just for 1, maybe 2 days a week. Anybody out there willing to do that? Or are you guys also extremists when you come to that issue? Now, let me see a show of hands. How many people think that the federal government, state government, and the city and county governments should always follow the Constitution? Let me see a show of hands.
All right.
I gotta say, all you people are extremists. And I'm so, yes, absolutely. The Constitution is not just a good idea, it's the law.
All right.
And you and I are the people that are supposed to be enforcing this Constitution, and it's about time we let the people in Washington and Harrisburg know about it.
That's right.
I just want to conclude by saying that we are not in political trouble because some people among us are too extreme. We are in political trouble because most of us, in all the places where it really counts, are not extreme enough. We are allowing them to violate the Constitution. We are allowing them to identify an area as a free speech zone. I don't think so. That's a violation of my Constitution, a violation of my Bill of Rights, and I'm not going to stand here and let that happen. So, I sincerely hope that you enjoy your Independence Day. We have beautiful weather. We've had a great parade. I know that you have family and friends. We're all looking forward to fantastic fireworks, and that is a wonderful celebration of liberty and freedom. But I would like you to ask yourself what you are doing the other 364 days a year to promote liberty. Don't let this be just a one-day-a-year function. Thank you, everybody. Happy Independence Day.
Stop.